Hello Bobcat basketball fans, and welcome to another Bobcat Sports Showcase post-game show. Brad Appleton along with Carter Rodriguez here at the Convo. Unfortunately, Carter, Bobcats lost, tough one in overtime. Once again, exciting one at the Convo, 88-81 against the Akron Zips.
You know, this was advertised as the Battle of the MAC, and it really was, Brad. I mean, these two teams really don't like each other. They're standing alone at the top of the MAC. They battled all night, obviously. Demetrius Treadwell put in a huge game for the Zips, really manhandled TJ Hall. But you know, on the flip side, DJ Cooper put in a huge performance, hit a lot of clutch threes. But when it came down to the extra period, the Cats just couldn't get the stops they needed. Akron scored 16 points in overtime.
That they did, and it's tough to keep up with that, especially in overtime with all the momentum seemingly shifted to Akron. But right now, we're going to send it over to the press conference with Coach Jim Christian and a few of the players.
I think there was a lot of different mentalities for our teams. And I thought the first half we played probably as well as we've played in a month. Defensively, rebounding the basketball, getting every loose ball. You know, there was a good pace to what we ran in terms of our offense, getting the ball to people. And then I thought in the second half we got so caught up in the emotion of the game that we came out of character and you know, just we didn't make them work defensively. We got some decent shots, and Marshall blocked a lot of shots around the rim, but we didn't attack them the way they did in the first half. And then we showed obviously great courage to get the game into overtime, and I think they just out-toughed us in the last 3 minutes of the game. And that's a little disappointing.
DJ, talk about what this you guys have had that regular season championship all year. How does this affect how you guys get ready for the MAC tournament now?
It just makes us a little more hungry. You know, we don't control our own destiny now. Now we just pretty much, plan for season. And, we just got to, stay with it, and now put our eyes on trying to get to the NCAA tournament.
What is it about the way you guys have played that hasn't let you guys finish either one of these games off?
I think it's just a mindset. When we get them down like that, we gotta continue to get stops. I don't think it falls too much on our offense as far as, because sometimes shots are not gonna go in, but you gotta toughen out on defense and defend and rebound. And I think as that's going on, I don't think, like Coach said, I don't think we defended and rebounded, in that stretch when they were coming back. Obviously our offense wasn't going, but, we could have held our hats on defending and rebounding, and we didn't do that.
Coach, last time it was Reggie McReynolds. This time around, Kretzer just absolutely, making everything he could shoot from three. Is that a big part of what makes Akron such a potent team?
Well, they have great depth. I mean, and the guys that come off the bench make plays for them. I mean, I agree with you. He was a huge part of the game. Hit some tough shots, and a couple of times we had some breakdowns and left him open. And they come off the bench with guys who can make three-point shots, and that's a big, between that and obviously the interior presences that they have with Treadwell and Marshall. It's a lot. They're able to go on runs because of it.
Jim, they did look like they tightened up defensively. Akron did in the second half.
Yeah.
Didn't get in too much inside.
Well, what we did was getting blocked. I think we got about 5 straight blocked to start the second half, top of the basket. So, and I thought again they picked up the pressure a little bit, and I thought we were attacking it. But then, when we didn't have an easy shot, we didn't pull it back out and make them work. We kind of over-attacked, I thought, and it settled a little bit. Early in the second half, I thought we settled way for too many quick threes. When we could have maybe spread them out and got wide open shots. But, I think I agree with Walt. I think you're going to get shot. We got good shots, shots we normally make. However, we've got to keep guarding and maintain our lead and hustle plays because, we let them get back in the game from about 3 feet.
DJ, you guys got the big tip in from Jon Smith pushing it overtime. How's come you guys weren't able to, follow up on that kind of emotional shot to get on top early in the other team?
I mean, like we just didn't finish out the last 4 minutes strong in overtime. They made some key plays. Got a couple putbacks, and we tried to fight our way back in, and they just ran away with it.
you're the point guard. What did you see on the offensive end in those last 4 minutes? Impatience?
Yeah, we just settled. I settled a little bit myself, with a couple threes. And, we just didn't finish. We didn't finish around the bucket like we were doing in the first half. And, the shots just wouldn't fall.
Well, I asked DJ this earlier. How does this change how you guys approach the last 2 weeks of the season? Knowing you need a lot of help to win that regular season title, or is it all about getting ready for the tournament?
At this point, pretty much out of our hands right now. It's hard to say that, but give Akron credit. They hold their own destiny right now, and we need a little help. And right now, we just got to continue to get better. Each and every day. Like Coach Christian said, tomorrow, ain't nobody feeling sorry for us. We got to come ready to work tomorrow, and Bowling Green's waiting for us, and finish out and win remaining 2 games, and then we're looking at 2 seed or possibly be a 2 seed, probably most likely. But we got to continue to get better, and eyes on the MAC tournament now.
For either player, do you guys fully envision yourselves playing Akron again? And will they have any kind of mental edge knowing that they took both games in the regular season?
Nah, we want to play them again.
Yeah, we want to see them.
It wouldn't bother us. It's not like we down the whole game 20. Keep giving leads away. So.
Do you feel more confident coming out of this one than you did the first game that you can beat them for the game 3?
No doubt. We got confidence, coming into every game, and we've proven that we can play with them or beat them. We just got to hold on to the lead.
Jim, you guys were so good on the defensive glass in the first half, and where they started to generate momentum was with the offensive glass. What changed? Just them working hard?
I think in the first half we had 5 guys in there competing for rebounds. In the second half we didn't. I think it was, and then it was, again, they're a really good offensive rebounding team. And I just think they kind of wore us down in there. But to beat them, you got to rebound the ball for 40 minutes, and we didn't. In this game it was 45 minutes. But it's a team. It's a team thing. It wasn't one guy down there. Walsh got a couple big ones. He's a 2 guard. You got to have 5 guys competing on every shot, and we didn't do that. First half we did. It was like I said, I think in the first half, the first 20 minutes as well as we've played in about a month.
Last question.
Jim, you've had a lot of experience at Kent State with when you guys were jousting with Akron. And really, doesn't this come down to a doggone tournament like as usual and just jockeying for seed and position?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of teams though. The tournaments are funny things, you know what I mean? So you have to come to play every day, and we've got to start playing well. We still have some guys on our team that we need to step up that need to get playing with a little more confidence, and we're going to have all those guys do that. We had some key contributions for some guys. Travis Wilkins, I thought, gave us unbelievable minutes tonight. But we've got to have some other guys step up and play the way they're capable of playing. We just have to stay with them and keep working with them.
Thanks, guys.
All right, so there you have it from Coach Christian, DJ Cooper, and Walter Offit. Carter, starting from the beginning of the game, it was a little nerve-wracking for Bobcat fans. Akron came out, first possession, Abreu hit a 3, and they weren't done there. They went on a 9-0 run.
Yeah, but at that point, the Cats responded. Akron racked up all 9 of those points in the first 2.5 minutes of the game, and then the Bobcats went off. They went on a monster run. It ended up being a 26-4 run. That put the score at 26-16. Akron breaks the run with a 3 to put it 26-16, and then the Cats go off and hit 2 more threes. It's 32-16. Cats are firmly in control of this one.
Right, and they were up 11 at halftime. Their defense was suffocating. They were limiting offensive rebounds, forcing turnovers. Talk a little bit about that.
Through the first 10 minutes of the game, Akron had 0 offensive boards and 5 turnovers. So the Cats were really firing on all cylinders, just getting up in ball handlers' faces, doubling really hard on post touches, really playing that Bobcat basketball. However, Akron started to close the gap going into the halftime.
Right, and after halftime, it seems Akron came out firing, and they were not going down quietly.
No, they didn't. They absolutely went off on the Cats. And really, this game, they always say basketball's a game of runs, basketball's a game of runs. Well, it is, because, this game was punctuated by monster runs. This one, Akron started the second half with an 18-4 run. They put the score at 49-45, took their first lead of the game since that 9-0 run. Really were just the aggressor offensively. They were moving the ball really well. Everyone was moving off the ball, and Ohio was having to react defensively. And on the other end, Akron really wasn't having to get out of their defensive sets. And Ohio, at one point, about halfway through the second, was only shooting 30% from the field.
Right, and Zeke Marshall, he's obviously a huge presence under the net, and with a little under a minute left in regulation, he fouls out. So going into overtime, you're thinking, okay. Talk about him.
Well, you know, Zeke was really just, I mean, he was really dominant for stretches tonight. He's such a big guy that when he's right under the basket, it's just going to be hard to finish around the rim. The Cats had to get him moving, and eventually they did, and that's why you started to see those fouls. But I mean, Marshall's really grown a lot. But you know, going after he fouled out, Ohio kind of took a little bit of advantage at the end of regulation. Walled off, it misses the three to go for the win, and then Jon Smith with a huge tip-in, so a bit of redemption for Jon Smith to send the game to overtime. You know, and this was just, it was a tough period. Akron started the extra period on a 7-1 run, and this one was just defined by the Cats' inability to get stops. Akron scored, as I said earlier, 16 points in just 5 minutes. Of course, some of that is going to be exacerbated by fouling at the end of the game, but I mean, Ohio couldn't get the stops when they needed them. When they did get stops, Akron got extra possessions. Tree Treadwell played one heck of a game for them, and you know, the Cats just couldn't get the stops to pull through.
Right, and Ohio has 3 regular season games remaining. Then it's the MAC tournament. You don't want to think that it's good. I mean, these two teams have to meet up.
Well, you would think so. It's really a 2-team MAC if I've ever seen one. You know, the next closest team is 3-4 games away, and it's just not looking like it's going to happen. But you know, that can't be the mindset Ohio adopts. They have to keep playing all their games. They have to play them with intensity, because you know, they've lost 2 straight. They need to get a little momentum, because momentum's everything in this in tournament play.
Right. All right. So for Ohio, it's 2 games on the road: Bowling Green and Buffalo, and then they host Miami, which is always a fun one. Nice rivalry there. So from the Convo, I'm Brad Appleton. This is Carter Rodriguez. Thanks for watching.